Next question. Money aside,
I wear socks.
They wear socks. Money aside, what keeps you interested in playing the game of real estate development?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's the money part of it. I love it. Like, my brain's always thinking about this all the time. And my wife probably gets mad at me more so than not. That's just like, can you just relax for a minute? But yeah, I'm passionate about it. I'm always like, I like the thrill of the hunt. I like the thrill of the sale. I like the thrill of like getting the schedule put together and how is everything's going to come in together and look good. Are other people going to think it looks good too? Like that's a really cool time when you walk somebody through and show them a spec that you designed. And obviously I say designed, but with the team and built it with the team and you get to walk them through and they're all like, oh wow, it's impressive. And that's really cool. I haven't seen that before. And that's neat.
It's also cool when it's like the exact buyer profile we project based on the neighborhood and the house. It's like we built it for this person and then they show up. It's like, oh, there's the buyer. Right. That's who we designed it for.
Sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. And, and when you drive through and you see a house that you built 15 years ago and, it's like, I got a really good friend of mine. He does like LED lights. And it's like, I'm sure he feels proud that the light that he designed is in that car that just drove by him at, outside 7-Eleven, but it's like just a component of it. This is like a whole thing. It's going to be here hopefully well after I die, and it's like, we did that. We put that in. It's sweet.
You can drive by and show your kids, you built that house, built that. Yeah. And they're all different. They're all unique. It's not like it's just a production.
Right. Yeah.
But every one of them's like, it's a unique piece of artwork.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. But even in the production world, it's still fun to drive back through the neighborhoods that I built as a kid, and it's awesome. And the landscaping's bigger, but they're all still there and they look good.
What are the key things that people should look for when they're selecting a builder to work with?
I think it's about like how well you get along with the builder. I mean, it's a long process and you're with that person a lot, and
it's a marriage.
It's a marriage for a long time. Yeah. And you have to trust them. You have to know that it's the biggest investment in your life, but it's also got to feel like the biggest project of their life too, like of the builder. And you really got to trust your builder, because there's so many ways to take kickbacks or inflate pricing, or so it's a really hard thing to do if you don't trust that builder. Yeah. And I'd find one that works on a fixed fee. I think that's key. If you know how much you're going to pay your builder up front, and as long as your scope doesn't change a lot and you're not like adding a pool or anything, what does it matter if you spent like an extra $20 on a refrigerator, or you had like some extra dirt that got hauled out? Like, why should the builder get paid more because the basement produced extra dirt than what they budgeted? Sure. The builder's fee should just be to manage the project, just to organize it. And then basically a refrigerator is a refrigerator. I mean, some are a little harder because there's a panel on it or there's a stainless steel door, but ultimately that scope of work doesn't change too much as the selections get picked out. The design's the design, and it should be, a set in stone. Even though pricing might not all be figured out for these products up front. It's impossible to price out a custom house like up front. If it's priced out up front, it's not custom. It's been done before, And so a lot of times we don't even measure like for paint or that until all the trim's installed, because you don't know how many lineal feet of crown molding are going to be in there 6 months before the project starts. So a little bit a guessing game up front, but yeah, I'd say, trust in your builders.